If everyone is talking about a particular stock, be careful. The noise of the crowd can be deafening, but it's often a signal of danger rather than opportunity. Most people buy at the top and sell at the bottom. It seems counterintuitive, yet it's the most common path for the average investor. But why does this happen? The answer lies deep in our biology. For most of human history, following the tribe was a survival mechanism. In the wild, being alone meant certain death. But what kept us safe on the savannah is exactly what gets us killed in the stock market. Social proof, the idea that if everyone is doing it, it must be right, is a trap. When everyone is excited, prices are driven to unsustainable heights. By the time a stock is the talk of the town, most of the gains have already been made. This is the FOMO effect, the fear of missing out. It compels investors to chase returns at the peak of euphoria, just before the bubble bursts. Then the trend reverses. Fear replaces greed. As prices plummet, the same crowd that bought at the top begins to panic. They sell at the bottom, not because the underlying value of the company has changed, but because they can no longer stomach the emotional pain of seeing red. Smart investors think differently. They understand that the market is a pendulum, swinging between irrational exuberance and unreasoned despair. As Warren Buffett famously said, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. This is the essence of contrarianism. When others panic, the smart investor stays calm. They look for the data beneath the noise, asking, has the business itself changed or just the price? And when everyone else is excited, they become cautious. They recognize that high prices often mean lower future returns and higher risk. If you follow the crowd, you will get average results. In a market where the average often underperforms inflation, that's a dangerous place to be. Independent thinking requires work. It means reading the reports that others ignore and ignoring the headlines that everyone is reading. Investing is a marathon, not a sprint. The rewards go to the patient, the disciplined, and the independent thinkers who refuse to be swayed by the mob. Conviction is built on understanding. When you know why you own a company, a 50% drop in price becomes an opportunity, not a catastrophe. The wisdom of crowds applies to guessing the number of beans in a jar, but it rarely applies to valuing a complex business in real time. The most important organ in investing isn't the brain, it's the stomach. You need the gut to handle the volatility that sends the crowd running. Learn to tune out the noise, turn off the news, delete the trading apps that encourage overactivity, and focus on the fundamentals. Develop a system that dictates your actions. When your strategy is written down, you're less likely to let the day's emotions dictate your future. The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. In investing, this is vital. Always prioritize risk management. Protecting your capital from the mistakes of the crowd is the first step toward building true wealth. The market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. By waiting for the right pitch, you set yourself apart. Thinking for yourself is the ultimate competitive advantage. While the crowd reacts to the past, you can position yourself for the future. History is full of crowds that were wrong. From the tulip mania to the dot-com bubble, the pattern is always the same. Only the names change. Don't let yourself be caught in the next cycle. Recognize the signs of mania and the signs of despair and act accordingly. To summarize, do your own research. Have the patience to wait, and have the courage to stand alone when the data demands it. The path to superior results is rarely crowded. It's a lonely road, but it's the only one that leads to true financial freedom. Your greatest investment isn't a stock or a bond. It's the discipline to think for yourself in a world that wants you to follow the crowd. Think independently, invest wisely, your future depends on it.